Hello, lovely. It's Yasmin from Tiny Time Big Results and yasminborgi.com. And today's episode is all about what do you write in your email newsletter. Now, when I work with my clients and when I'm talking to prospects, the email newsletter is something that comes up, excuse me, time and time again. What will I write? Do you write an email newsletter? How should I do this in my business? I'm afraid of what to write. I don't know what to write. And I'm afraid of the technical aspects of it. And there's all these reasons why we don't do an email newsletter. Now, if you've been in my community for any length of time, you'll know that I regularly communicate with my community and let you know what's going on. So why is it so hard to do? And, I admit I fall off the wagon every so often as well. So this is something that happens to all of us. And so today's episode is really about let's get to the nub of this. And let me help you kind of create some ease around this process. So first of all, you might think I just need an email newsletter. But why do you really need an email newsletter? The reason behind having a newsletter is to nurture your community, your prospects, your potential clients, and of course your existing clients. Nurturing is massively important when it comes to your business because not everybody is ready to buy right now. You know this, when you meet someone, they don't say, oh, let me buy your stuff. Everybody doesn't say that. You might get a handful of people who are ready to buy at that stage. A lot of people aren't. They need to be warmed up. And so the purpose of your email newsletter is to warm them up and to get them to know, like, and trust you. So the key thing to really have in the front of your mind is, why am I writing this email newsletter? Not just because it's something that I've been told I should do, but actually it's going to be a way for me to nurture my list and my community, for them to get to know me, for them to get to like me, and for them to then trust me. Money only exchanges hands when there's trust. So your email newsletter is a way for you to do that. It's a way for you to show who you are, and show your authenticity. And so people love to see behind the scenes and see, what's happening in your life. So I always make sure that when I do my email newsletters, I always kind of like to add a little bit extra about me, or if we're doing something with the kids, or if we've been somewhere. Not all the time, but it's nice for people to get, a sneak peek into your life as well. And you decide how much you're going to share as well. So here's what I would recommend. If you want to do an email newsletter, and they are proven to be tremendous in helping you to grow your business, but you just don't know where to start, here's my top tip to help you make it really easy. Don't think that you have to create a whole bundle of content for your email newsletter. I'm big into repurposing, and therefore what I recommend you do is use your existing blog, podcast, videos to be the basis of your email newsletter. So if you write a weekly blog, then your email newsletter is simply a way for them to know that you've put a new blog up. Not everyone, here's the thing, we're not all checking everyone's website. Oh, I wonder if they put a new blog up. So you want to let them know that you've put a new blog up. Whether it's a video, podcast, it doesn't matter. But you use that as the basis of your email newsletter. What I like to do is to create a template. So that enables me to make it really easy to decide what I'm going to write. So it might start off with, a little blurb about what the blog is about, then links to the blog. I might include a testimonial from, a happy client. Then I might put in, an image, or I might let somebody, the group know that there's a special offer, or that I am, for people to book a Tiny Time Triage call. But what I have is a very clear sequence. So if I created a template in a Word document, and I was just chatting to a client about this morning, and you have a Word document, and you could just say blurb about the blog, podcast, whatever. Here's the links. Here's what I'm offering this week, and here's a happy client. Print off 4 of those at the beginning of each month and fill them in. That is your email newsletter. No more wondering, what am I going to write about? What am I going to write about? And sitting there looking at a blank screen. This will make it so much easier. So use an existing piece of content as the basis of your email newsletter. Link to it so that you can see if people are engaged and they are actually actively wanting to know what you're writing about or filming about. And then create that template so that you know what you're going to be offering. You know what you're going to be positioning, or if you know that you're going to be doing a webinar, that you can then position that webinar in the email newsletter. The whole purpose of the email newsletter is to help people get to know you, like you, and trust you. And you want to nurture that relationship, because trust me, and this happens to me so often, I'll assign a new client and they'll say, I've been following you for a while. I know I follow people for a while, and it's only because they're keeping in touch with me regularly that I'm always thinking, yeah, I want to work with that person. I want to work with that person, or I want to do that course, or I want to, do that retreat. And it's only because they're constantly in my mind, because they, present value to me. And that's key, because, it's not, an email newsletter is not about just selling. It's about offering massive value, but then also combining it with offers so that they don't just get used to free stuff. So I hope that's been useful to you today in determining what to put in your email newsletter. Now, any of the email systems like Constant Contact and MailChimp and Infusionsoft, they will have the way for you to be able to actually email your list, because that's where your database is housed, and you'll be able to send a broadcast. That's what it's typically called. So it is simple to do. And remember, if you don't want to get into the nuts and bolts of all of that stuff, you can always just create it in a Word document and give it to a VA, somebody who would love to do that for you. There are always ways to get around this. It doesn't mean that you always have to do it. Okay, you can tell I could probably keep going on about this, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments box below. Any questions, any comments, any aha moments, and I look forward to seeing you the next time. And don't forget to get on the VIP waitlist for my new book, Tiny Time Big Results. It's coming out shortly, and I have an amazing package of bonuses for people who buy the book. So you want to get your hands on that. So down below, you'll be able to see a link to get on the VIP wait list. All right, take care. Bye.